Hello everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to be doing a Lifestealer Taokaka run. So we're going to be taking extra max HP. That way I don't get bursted down very fast, and then also it'll scale with my healing. I could take more defensive options if I wanted to, like Escape Death and Escape Death Invincibility, or even something like defensive combo, but I need the damage for Transcendence, especially since Taokaka doesn't really do a lot of damage on her own, and the tactics we're taking don't deal a ton of damage either. But who needs to deal damage when you basically just can't die? We're going to be taking Ragna with Legacy Electric Pillar, Shadow Chain Electric Pillar, and then Rachel with Radiance Electric Pillar and Summon Radiance. The most important things for this is you have Ragna's second Legacy unlocked, because that's where all the healing is going to come from. And then you have Shadow Chain Electric Pillar, because Shadow Chain Electric Pillar allows the pillars to be attacked, and then that's where a lot of your healing is going to come from in boss fights. In normal enemy rooms, you have so many things to hit at once that it doesn't really matter if you have the pillars out or not. But in boss rooms, where you'd only maybe be able to hit one or two enemies if the enemy has something summoned, instead, we'll be able to hit 5 enemies at once. We'll be able to hit up to 4 pillars and the boss. I don't really care too much about what potentials I get on Taokaka in general, but with this build, you can run basically anything as well. It doesn't require any specific potentials to work, it just heals you no matter what you do with it. Ragna's second legacy skill does seem to favor multi-hitting moves a lot more than single-target moves, which is why I'm running it on Taokaka. And then I find it just really helpful for Taokaka, since she's not the safest character when it comes to attacking. She also has, like, damage reduction on stuff like dash attacks, so making her tanky and life-stealing on top of that just allows her to base tank through pretty much anything. Unless you take a lot of consecutive hits through, like, Susano or Reki, or you get something like Astral Finish by Susano, you're probably not gonna die if you have this setup and the Mind Crystal for HP, and then max out HP. Even if you don't have max out HP yet, you heal so much off of this. You can see there, just even with Rachel Legacy, I was able to heal a bunch. And then picking up any max HP increases you can get will increase how much you heal off of Ragna's second legacy skill. It's based on HP and some kind of individual modifier for each attack. Each individual move, it seems like. It doesn't matter if you increase the damage of the move at all, it just matters what move it is. Which makes sense, because you want, like, you want a single target, really heavy, high damage hit to heal for more than a low damage one, but the way that the ratios work, it just still makes it where a bunch of multi-hitting weak hits are better than one strong hit. The ratios just don't work as much in favor of low hitting moves, or low hit count moves, as they do high hit count moves. But if you do things at just the right time, you can get a couple of momentum glitches with Taokaka. The easiest one, in my opinion, is doing it off the dash attack. You want to wait for right when the dash attacks, or right when the final hit starts up. And then you want to press the skill button, and you'll just get a bunch of momentum while being in your skill. Not sure if I want... I do want Falling Cat, but I might want it... let's just go ahead and pick it up, because I need a specific upgrade for it, so I might as well start seeing the upgrade pools for it. Falling Cat isn't very good on its own early on, but once it gets more upgrades, it becomes very good. So it becomes a fully invincible attack that does quite a lot of damage, and will end up healing me a lot as well. I probably should have picked up SP skill there, actually, instead of getting this, but it's fine. And I really should have went into the exchange space there. I thought I had one more stage left for some reason. The stage before the boss is always has an exchange space in the first slot. Oh, that sucks, but I do need Ascensions for Holy Marks. Because Holy Marks are where most of my damage output's going to be coming from. I also don't actually have access to the main red tactic right now, so we're not even able to damage the electric pillars to get any healing off of them. That is one downside to the way that I've set up these legacy skills, but I like having the Radiance pillars early on, just for some free DPS. I should be careful is what I would say if I wasn't... Oh, well, that was kind of a bad time to use that, but I still got some healing off of it regardless. I think I still came out net positive, even though most of that was draining me and not healing me. Now we should be able to probably just heal back to full off of this. Maybe not to full, but we got quite a bit of healing. I don't think just sitting on them while using the skill is one of the best options for healing, but we don't really have other options yet. Like, once you get the attack and the dash upgrades for it, you start healing a lot more. Or if you get something like upgraded Falling Cat, you start healing a lot more. I don't know for sure if the clones proc healing, but I would assume they do. We're not going to be going into the black market for this one. I mean, I guess technically I could go in there and look for the one that increases HP on perfect clears, because that will be net positive by the end of the run, but it's fine. We'll just keep the HP that we have right now and buy some more HP upgrades. As long as I can get to like 5,000 HP by the end of the run, I should be very safe from anything. Okay, perfect. We got Stable Mark at purple rank. Stable Mark just makes it where the Holy Marks don't break in one hit like they do normally. So it's really good for multi-hitting characters like Taokaka. Then we're also going to pick up Protection of Radiance, that way we just take less damage while inside Radiance. I maybe should have went in the exchange points there, or in the exchange space there, since I am behind on one exchange space, but it's fine. I'm okay with taking a potential space instead, and then taking a exchange space on something else where I don't have a better option. And if worst case scenario comes around, I can always spend... You can spend pretty much an unlimited amount of money on Omega Sector if you're playing in Transcendence. You only get 3 shops there total, but... you only get 3 shops there total, but... You have so many rerolls that you're most likely not going to have enough money for all of those shops and all of those rerolls, unless you're doing something really specific to save up money. So something funny I could do is I could replace my... the name is just not coming to me for some reason. But these legacy tactics I have set up right now, I could replace the electric pillars, and I would still have electric pillars through Radiance, while not having the tactic at all on my bar. I think they would still be active, but I'm not sure if the game like retroactively takes them. Actually, no, I don't think they're a requirement even for having this active. You can inherit just Radiance and Electric Pillar Radiance and have Electric Pillars without having them. But I need to keep this, unfortunately, to unlock Shadow Chain Electric Pillar. Which is kind of the whole point of the build, but I haven't unlocked it yet. Funny enough. It's something you really don't even need. Like, you can see how much HP I heal back there just from pretty much using Rachel's legacy skill and doing a couple hits. You really don't need the extra healing in regular enemy rooms because you have so many different things to hit. But in boss rooms, that's where the healing comes in clutch. Especially, like, if you're still learning the game. Well, if you're still learning the game, then you're probably having a much harder time clearing boss rush, so you can't really cheese the boss rush to unlock this with this setup. Kind of funny that one of the biggest beginner-friendly builds is something you can't do as a beginner. Now we'll finally pick up Shadow Mark, and we'll have the electric pillars that we can actually attack. Let's go into the exchange space here. I kind of wanted to go into the max HP space, to be honest, but I need to spend this money. Ah, dang. I want the first upgrade for this the most, but the third one will be nice too once we have the first one. And then getting upgrades to SV skill will be nice as well. I don't care about buying tactics at all. Now, let me take a bunch of damage during this stage, just so I can show off how much I can heal now. I just need to make sure I don't go too heavy and get myself killed. I did that a couple times while I was trying to test out just how much I could heal off of this. The answer I got was, like, I could heal about 4,000 at once. It might be a little bit more, too, because I didn't try the full limit of Falling Cat. I didn't really actually even take as much damage there as I thought I would. Alright, let me get Radiance back down. Or Radiance back off a cooldown. Then I'll use this, and I'll use this. And just attack the pillars a little bit. And it's a good amount of healing. There was a little bit of time where I wasn't attacking anything, so I did lose some healing off of that. But it's still good healing regardless. Once I get Falling Cat maxed out, then I'll start really healing a lot off of them. Next, I'm going to pick up Supreme Mark. Supreme Mark is basically just a flat damage upgrade for Holy Marks, which are doing the majority of the damage here. And now we just pretty much do not have to worry about damage at all. We do have to be a little bit aware of damage we take during the cooldown, but one of the things that makes Ragna's second legacy skill really broken is that the cooldown starts immediately after you use the button. It doesn't start after the buff actually ends, so you have very high uptime. And now that we have the first upgrade for Falling Cat, we have a bunch of invincibility on it, so being able to heal while invincible, and then having a source of invincibility for the downtime is going to make things really easy. I think we could probably run with this. That'll help with Falling Cat spamming too. So, and then I need to pick up a couple electricity stages next. But yeah, I also do this thing a lot where I take damage apparently. No, I do the thing where I go into my skill for just a second and then come out of it right away. The reason I do that is because you get invincibility when you enter and exit spinny. You can actually, like, use it as a parry tool, basically. Even if you're not using it as a parry tool on purpose, just pressing it has a lot of AoE range on it. And you can do it very quickly, too, in the middle of other attacks, which is why I like it. It just feels fun to do, especially since there's not really a whole lot of complicated combo mechanics you can do on Taokaka anyways. Which is one reason why I like running this build on Taokaka. It just really allows you to button mash and hit things without really having to worry about taking damage and dying. Taokaka's moves either tend to make her move around a lot, like with the dash attack, so you don't have a whole lot of control over the character, or they lock her into place, both of which leads to you getting hit pretty easily. So she can be a tough character to stay alive on normally, but when you have something like this, it just does not matter at all. You can take as much damage as you want, and I can guarantee that you will be fine like 90% of the time. I don't actually need the last upgrade of Light Wave. Light Wave is literally only in this build to get the upgrade for Holy Marks. The way that Light Wave Holy Mark red tactic works is that you don't need the Holy Marks to actually, or you don't need the Light Waves to detonate the Holy Marks in order to get that 110% damage bonus. It's just a flat 110 damage bonus. 110% damage bonus to Holy Marks all the time. Which basically is just making our main DPS tool deal double damage, a little over double damage. This will upgrade Falling Cat, so might as well pick it up. It's a pretty good move on its own, too, once it gets upgraded. But I mostly just want to dump everything into Falling Cat at this point. You can see now that it does all the electrical moves, it does extra follow-up attacks, and then it also throws down random projectiles too. It just becomes very, very strong the more you put into it. Something I also don't know if they buffed recently, or since last time I played her at least. It feels like you can spam her down attack a lot faster, or maybe like it does more damage. It feels way better than it used to. It's still not that great, because it pushes enemies away, so you can't really hit them much with it, like what happened right there. And then you're very vulnerable during it. But if an enemy is stuck in place, like a boss or a immobile enemy, it actually does a lot of damage to them now. Another kind of funny thing about these Shadow Chain Electric Pillars is that they increase the amount of combo meter you get as well. Even just when they're sitting there on their own, they get a whole bunch of combo hits by hitting themselves. So if you have something like the Covenant that gives you MP on combo count, or if you have like the regular buff that gives HP on combo count, you'll get a lot out of that. And then also something like Taokaka passive and the Mind Crystal that I'm using also scale off of combo count, so it helps with that kind of thing too. It also helps with what is even going on the screen right now. It helps with situations like this with the Defiling Eye. Normally I wouldn't be able to hit it with Falling Cat, aside from hitting the tentacles, but oh my god. I'm sorry, it's really hard to explain anything when I'm just being... my senses are being bombarded by all this shit on the screen. We're up to 7,000 combo as well. But yeah, normally I wouldn't be able to really hit the enemy there with Falling Cat. But instead I just hit the pillars and then the damage gets transferred over to the boss. Now that I have 2 shadows, I'll also be dealing a lot more damage. Hopefully that kills him. Okay, good. I did not want to have to go all the way back there. Actually, I don't know if it killed him or not. I don't know if that was the same enemy or a different one. I guess we'll go through the advanced battle space. There's really not much of a reason to anymore. I mean, tactic ascensions on Holy Marks are pretty decent, honestly. Maybe we'll get more potentials. But honestly, I could probably just speedrun through this area and be fine. I have everything I need to kill Reki and Susano. This is honestly, like, the one case where I do kind of wish that you could still get double HP out of an advanced space. I would be perfectly fine with that here. Oh, I'm full on tactics, so it doesn't even give me the option for... It doesn't even give me the option for Ascensions. That's weird. Alright, I'll go into another combat space. Hard to pass up on a potential. I was planning on trying to get through this area as fast as possible, but the game just keeps giving me other options that I want to take instead. I would like to be at a little bit more HP by the end of this, but we'll see what happens. Let's see. We'll upgrade Falling Cat even more, so that's pretty much what we want to look for at this point. Ooh, max HP. Normally I would always be taking MP rooms over HP rooms, but not this run. Now you can see that Falling Cat is just getting completely ridiculous in how much it throws out. And then once it starts triggering all of Ragna's healing orbs, that's when the screen gets really cluttered and the game starts to lag a little bit sometimes, even. The game really does not like using Rachel's legacy skill after Ragna's second legacy skill either. If you're playing a non-multi-hitting character, you can even just take a legacy skill that hits a bunch of times. So, like, Rachel's second legacy skill is really good. Taokaka's second legacy skill is one of the best. Lambda's second legacy skill is good. Anything that multi-hits a bunch. I probably should not have taken this exchange space. I was not paying enough attention. I could start getting Dancing Edge as well. If I get Dancing Edge maxed out, it'll be very useful. And there's 2 points in it already. Oh, I thought there was more than one enemy down there for some reason. I would not have falling catted that if I knew there was just a single enemy. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Hopefully he'll teleport back up to me here. There we go. Took him long enough. I would appreciate it if the enemies spawned a little bit sooner. But it doesn't matter. We'll be able to heal back everything anyways. Do I trade some MP away? I really don't have that much MP for Falling Cat. I think it's much better just to have the MP, unfortunately. In fact, I probably should pick up a little bit more MP, too. I think I had the option to pick up MP before instead of doing, like, an event, but it's fine. I'm kind of just ready to get this run over with, too, especially because I'm going to do Reki and Susano both, and those are going to take a little while. Ooh. I love seeing the frame rates drop in this game because it's not something that's actually too easy to do, at least on my computer. I tried a lot of bullshit in order to get this game to lag or crash, and I usually am not successful. One thing I do wish they would update about these Shadow Electric Pillars is that for some reason they've like really specified that almost every tactic will not hit them, which is stupid because the one that is the most problematic can hit them, and they have not ever bug fixed it, and that is you can hit them with Light Wave. And if you get Light Wave spread on top of that, it'll bounce between each three of them. Or it'll bounce between all the different pillars you have active and do really, really nasty stuff. Oh, well. That's a really unfortunate time to use my healing, but I can just heal up the pillars. Doesn't matter. I can probably just tank these two if I really want to. That's a little scary. I'm out of time too, but I can just tank the being out of time drain. My damage is not good here at all. Kinda to be expected though for Taokaka, and Taokaka can do a lot of damage if you have like full DPS build. I would want Cold Skill and Frost Burst on my skill slot. That way the Falling Cat would deal a ton of damage. I don't know if I need to worry about any of this stuff too much. Oh right, I want the last one of Dancing Edge. That's what I was looking for. Now I can just dash around permanently. Unfortunate I didn't have that for the the fight I just finished, because you can go up and hit her when she's in her laser phase. Alright, let's see if we can just maybe get a free potential or some HP. Well, it wasn't a free potential, but still a potential. Do I want to go get some more HP and heal real quick? I guess I can. That'll probably put me on like 5k, which is where I want to be before I fight Susano and Reki. Let me just falling cat these and see how much HP I get back. Yeah, there we go. That was at least a 2000 HP heal. Even just spamming Dancing Edge, which is the dash attack, into the pillars. From what I was testing, it seems to heal more than doing a lot of other things, like the dash attack even. I guess it just has really good ratios. Do we do this thing too? This is a really bad boss fight to fight on Transcendence normally. I normally skip this. I honestly would skip him even over Reki sometimes. But we have invincibility on our dash, and we have healing, so let's see if it matters. Nice, I got the HP, or I got the SP restore there. Or not SP, but MP. What is even going on right now? I'm getting really lucky with these SP restore, or these MP restores. So one nice thing about these pillars is that even if I didn't have, if I didn't have invincibility here, I could stand just down at the bottom and hit the pillars where it's safe. I actually didn't even have to walk into the enemy there. So here again, I can just do something like this and just attack the pillars instead of attacking the actual boss itself. You get very reduced damage transfers when you do that, but it's safe at least. This phase I am kind of worried about. Though I don't think I probably should be. Wait, you can stun them individually? Huh. To be honest, that phase usually is over before a couple seconds pass. So I have not actually seen that much of that phase. Oh, we don't have another boss yet? I think I would have to cycle an exchange or an event to see the other boss, but who cares? I don't need another potential. It's Reki time. I'm just gonna fight Reki like biggest degenerate, because I don't want to lose this. Or should I try to style on her a little bit? Honestly, I don't know if I have the mental capacity to try and style on Reki with Taokaka right now. During this phase, even though she's up in the air, we're getting a decent amount of damage on her. It's nothing too crazy. I guess I didn't have invincibility until I hit the ground. That makes sense, actually. Yeah, my damage output is not great by any means, but who needs damage when you just simply refuse to die? And again, I don't actually have to approach Reki here at all if I don't want to. Which with Reki, it doesn't matter, because I've noticed that her AI seems to change if you're far away, and she will just use projectile hits. More often, at least. Ah, now I have to go through all this phase shit. Or she can actually die. It's a little bit annoying, but it's fine. My combo counter is still ticking up somehow. Huh. I guess that's probably the shadow pillars running in the background. Oh, I know why. Part of why my damage output is so bad. It's just because I'm not used to having to keep the shadows up with her SP skill. I swear I was doing more damage before, though. I don't know why it feels like I'm just not doing much damage right now. That's fine. I can't see the screen again, but it's okay. All I need to know is that I'm invincible and I'm healing at the same time, so who cares what's going on? Wait, are my... It looks like my pillars were giving me MP back. Huh. Or not MP, but SP. What is the method that she gets SP? I forgot. That doesn't actually tell you on this. I'll have to look at this. Oh, SP is just gained when hitting, and the higher the combo count, the higher the efficiency, so I guess... Wait, what? My highest combo was 14,000. I wonder why. But yeah, I guess it doesn't matter what is hitting. Even if the shadow pillars are just hitting themselves, it gives me SP. Huh. I actually didn't realize that until just now. I want to be honest, I cannot tell what is going on during most of this fight. I'm just kind of using dash attacks and my up plus skill. Especially now that the game is more zoomed in, it's even harder to see what's happening. I don't even know where I am anymore. Ah, the timeout actually got me there. That wasn't Susano hitting me. I mean, partially it was, but we had the Covenant effect where timeouts can be fatal. Otherwise, I would have been able to heal off of that. So I guess that is one other thing that can get you during this is timer damage. Because I wonder if timer damage can be iframed or if it just hits you no matter what. That'll be something interesting to look at in the footage. I'm guessing it still hits you regardless of if you have iframes or not, because it's not normal damage type. Anyways, that was a just weird, goofy run for fun. I've been sick lately, so I just felt like doing something simple and easy. Not the most flashy build, but it's something funny you can do, especially with Taokaka. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.